I am pretty bad at going back and forth from Malayalam to English and English to Malayalam. So I beg your permission to stay with English. But of course, I like the expressions of our language, and I behold them, in such a way that has, made us reach at this particular point of time. So I have been allowed 10 to 15 minutes. For 2 minutes, I'll use 2 minutes for my selfish purpose, just to tell you how excited I am and how honored I am that we have in the midst someone who has been telling us the contemporary history for the last many years. I don't know how many of you must have gone through the obituary of our former Kerala Chief Minister E.K. Nayanar, written by Venkitesh sir. Sir, I hope I'm right. You wrote the obituary. And I must tell you, it was a classic obituary which contained historical reflections, personal insights, and the summary of the man. And we should just consider ourselves lucky that we are having him here. And someone like Damadoran sir, who is so much experienced, and I'm sure who have so much of instances as to tell us. So, frankly, I am honored. And now, dear scholars and friends, the book which we have in our hand, the Recycled Bin of History, I will have to share my ideas on two levels to you. First, according to the theme which the book is situated. Locating the book in the stream of history or stream of studying history. Second one, the content of the book itself. Well, yesterday when I was preparing for some other discussions, I saw a very interesting line which was so illuminating for me, that memory creates desires, the desire to cling on to the past, and in turn desire creates memory. I have never seen a better juxtaposing sentence. So the Indian history, the history we have been given, I often had a feeling, being a student of history and political science, I often had a feeling that we are caught up between desire and history. And for many of us, desire and memory. And it so happens that, for a lot of people who are politicians, intellectuals and historians, memory means selective memory, and hence history means a selected history or filtered history or what you can call bolded history. And often, so many persons, whether they are leaders, rank and files, authors, thinkers, whoever it may be, a lot of them have been abandoned in the folkways and alleyways of history. And we hardly bothered to look at them. We hardly bothered to learn from them. Let me give you a classic example for you. We all wax eloquence about the great speech Nehru delivered in the assembly during the intervening night between 14th and 15th of August 1947. I don't know how many of us are aware of a very emotional and relevant speech delivered by Maulana Azad himself in the Delhi Juma Masjid on 20th. I hope I am right in remembering the date, 23rd September 1947. And perhaps that was the best speech delivered in India regarding the situation and the status of Indian Muslims in independent India. Similarly, so many of I don't know how many of us are familiar with, we all are familiar with Jhansi Rani. I don't know how many of us are familiar with Rani Gaidili of